Okay, y'all, I couldn't wait any longer. I'm gonna start painting. What I've decided to do is paint, I've got 8 of these circles. I'm gonna paint 4 of them gold and paint 4 of them blue. Then I'm gonna take down the big sign that I painted earlier this week with the red and green. I'm gonna cover the red and green ornaments and just have gold and white ornaments on a blue background. Then I can get some white, big, poofy ribbon to make a bow for the wreath and a bow for the top and the bottom of the garland. So our outside will be blue and white and gold. Next, we'll be buying gold spray paint for my table and chairs, and then I'm gonna cover the seats, I think, with some denim. I think that would be really cute. And I can kind of leave that out all year. You know, it's not like it's a seasonal thing. Gold and denim is fine all year long, you know. So first I'm going to, let me use this sponge. I'm going to use a sponge and coat all of these ornaments with that. This is that brown and gold. Well, I'm sorry, brown and yellow that I mixed to try to get a good gold color. I'm not even gonna worry about the sides, y'all. Nobody can see that. I'm not worried about that. And I might wanna paint them a different color next year, so there's no sense in doing all that. I don't need to. If I get it done and I don't like how it looks, if it looks like I can see that color, I'll just use a nail file and sand it off. But right now I'm getting a base coat on here to go back and make them gold. And the more I think about it, I love the idea of the white and blue and gold, but all those red and green ornaments I've already painted, I'm gonna have to go back over them with some serious white, get down a good white base coat over that red and green to be able to cover them with white and gold. Or white and gold. That's what I'm talking about, white and gold. I can't even talk right. So we're not even gonna have any red and green outside, which is kind of cool. Because even the years that I've done different kinds of, I like to do different kinds of themes and stuff. One year I had, I used like hot pink and turquoise and lime green and I can't remember what the other color was, maybe a purple. Even the year I did that, well, I mean, it still had some red. I had bought a Happy Birthday Jesus metal sign to put out in the yard, and then I decorated the garland and everything to match it. So even the year I had that outside, I still had some red and green in it, you know. I think I mixed up too much of this paint, but I can use it to base coat those ornaments that I'm gonna cover with gold. Don't pretend like you didn't see me just lick my thumb to get the paint off. And y'all, I'm gonna tell you something. This is the best thing ever for cleaning paint. They're just thin tea towels from Walmart. It's like a pack of 10 of them or something. I use these to take off nail polish with. I use these to clean paint. I use these for everything. I mean, everything. And they're awesome for that, you know? So I guess I should go get the sign and get inside since I need to be base coating some of those ornaments gold. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and do the blue ones too. I will move these aside over here. I think one coat is plenty for that. Because that gold, I do 2 coats of the gold to get a real good coverage because I like it to be really sparkly. And y'all, I have been, not lying, but I've been telling y'all the wrong thing about this blue. For some reason, I thought it was Copenhagen blue. It's not. It's Cosmos blue. So it's a blue with like a drop of periwinkle in it. Not lavender. It's just a blue with a drop of periwinkle. And I think it's so pretty. And I've been having so much fun using it. Let's see. I might be able to get by with just one coat on these. And what I'll do is the blue ones, I'll go back and add some gold details, and then the gold ones, I'll go back and add some blue details. But this blue, y'all, if I could decorate my tree inside, like our tree this year is all, well, they're all pretty much homemade ornaments, except one that I ordered and has our names on it, and then another one that I ordered as a surprise for Shannon. One is one that my daughter made for us a couple of years ago. It was one of her really big sellers. But for the most part, all of our ornaments are things that I've made or that we painted together, just, you know, watching a Christmas movie and drinking hot chocolate and painting kind of thing. Because once in a while I can convince him, this would be so much fun, and he'll do it. But it's not as much fun for him as it is for me. So I've learned to just kind of like do my thing, let him watch his movie or play his game or whatever, and I'll just paint or do what I want to do. We're real easy like that. You know, we're grown. We're grown. I don't have to be up his booty all the time. He don't have to be up mine all the time. He does his thing and I do mine, and we get along great. And anything I do, he says, baby, that's beautiful. And I say, what do you think about this? I think that's beautiful. Now, y'all, I think I told y'all about the whole pink, decorating the Christmas tree pink. And he was like, because he says pink gives him a headache. The ornament that I ordered him, believe it or not, it's pink. Well, it's got some pink on it, but it's mostly red. So maybe he doesn't even see the pink because there's red and black on it too. But I sure did. So there is a pink ornament on the tree. And one of the heart ornaments that I made, our first Christmas, I made from an old sweater, and it's like a bright hot pink. So man colors, it probably looks red in man colors, you know. I'm probably safe with that one. I don't think he's even noticed it enough to wonder what color it is. He's so easy, y'all. That's the sweetest man in the world. He is, he's teaching out of town today with at another agency, teaching their academy instructors how to be instructors. So bless his heart, when he gets home today, he's going to be ready to eat and unwind and take a shower and go to bed. He's going to be tired. But that's okay, because I told him yesterday, after that meltdown I had, if y'all saw that one, Mama went into meltdown yesterday, and that's okay. But I said something to him. I was trying to talk to him about it last night. Well, I wasn't trying to. I was talking to him about it last night, about the trouble I was having setting goals, and he kind of helped me through that. He kind of walked me through some different, looking at things a different way than I had before, and y'all, it helped so much. But I told him, I'm like, I just hate this time of year. It makes me wish I could go to bed and just stay in bed for like 3 months. And he's so good. He's like, baby, if you need to go to bed for 3 months, guess what? Go to bed for 3 months. We'll survive. Y'all, I've never had anybody tell me it's okay to be me. That if that's what I need, it's okay to need that and do that. Don't deny what I need for myself, And I think that just gave me a renewed kind of energy. I got up this morning and it was raining. It's not raining right now. I'm so excited. Yay. It's not raining right now. I got up this morning and put a pot of coffee on to brew and used some coffee from yesterday to make me a big iced coffee. And I'm shaking inside right now for some reason. I don't know what that is. Ooh, I feel vibration in the inside. I sat down and did my scripture writing and my you know what? I'm gonna do the edges of these after all. I got this paint and I'm sitting here rattling. I could do this. I did my scripture writing and I did my little devotional time, and then I did my gratitude journal and short little prayer list today. And I felt so good that I didn't go out and walk, but I did do my standing indoor exercises, my squats and plies, and I do wall push-ups because I'm not strong enough to get down on the floor and do it. But Shannon taught me how at the academy they teach people who are not able to do push-ups right away, how you can use your body weight and do push-ups against the wall. And so that's what I've been doing. And y'all, it sounds crazy, but my arms are changing. Believe it or not, I can tell a difference in my arms. I'm getting little muscles. So I do my plies and wall push-ups and squats. I do 100 of those each. And then later I'm gonna get my little yoga mat out and I'm gonna do some, I just call them dance exercises. It's things that I grew up doing at dance class every week. Leg lifts and reverse crunches and different things like that. And I haven't done any of that in a couple of weeks. So I think that the meltdown yesterday, I think sometimes it has to happen. Like you have to just like empty out all the emotion and start over or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I feel so refreshed and renewed and revived and just ready to go this morning after all that, which I hope I did not trigger any of y'all yesterday with all that. But I think that I needed to get a lot of things off of my chest. You know, it started with the goal setting and turned into a whole nother thing, but my first intent, I think, with this channel, or not my first intent, but one of my goals and intents with this channel is to educate people about childhood SA and the lasting damage that it does. So if you encounter somebody who's been through that, and y'all, if you know the statistics, you know that in your lifetime you're going to encounter somebody who's been a victim. But it can help you understand what it is they go through that never goes away, the things that never stop. And I think that being able to understand that a little bit helps you be more equipped to support them, you know. I went to I was accepted into a retreat a couple of years ago that the makeup used to be called Unique. I don't know if they even do makeup anymore, but it's Unique is the company that sponsored it, and the couple actually, they didn't start out to sell makeup or manufacture makeup. They started out knowing they wanted to do these retreats, but they needed a way to fund it because they wanted it to be free to the attendees. And I just saw the little form on Facebook about it and filled it out and got an email. And then they scheduled a telephone little interview with me, and I did the telephone interview. And y'all, before I got off the phone that day, or no, she must have come back the next day because I know that she had to go over, you know, what I had told her and everything. The next day, the lady called me back and she was ready to offer me a spot in the retreat a week later. Well, I couldn't accept that spot because I was like, oh my God, wait, I've got to get to Atlanta, Georgia. And I don't have the money to pay for that. I have to see if Shannon will pay for that. You know, I've got to ask him. I can't just say, yeah, sure, I'll be there. And, you know, all the details. You know what I'm saying? The details of it all. But it took a lot of faith, and I told her that. Like, I got on that airplane in New Orleans by myself. I had never flown by myself before. I've only flown like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in my life, I think. Yeah, I've only flown like 6 times in my life. I'll take it back. I did fly by myself one time before. Several years ago, my youngest daughter and I went to South Carolina to meet her grandfather, and I flew back by myself, and she stayed there for an extra week to spend time with her father, her daddy's side of the family that we just met. So I did fly back myself. She did not fly back by herself. Her precious, precious, precious brand new pawpaw flew back with her to the Baton Rouge airport, and then he got on a return flight and turned around and flew back to South Carolina. But he didn't want her flying by herself. I thought that was the sweetest thing in the world. I trusted that she would be fine. He was worried about her, and y'all, that was the sweetest thing in the world. That man, I might not be married to his son anymore, but he's still my father-in-law. I got two good ones. One is his biological father, one is his stepfather, and they were both just amazing men. And I don't care if I get married 18 times before I die, those two men will forever be my father-in-law. You know, we've talked about that with one another, and they joke about it. And anyway, we just have we have a special relationship. Oh, I forgot. I want to do the edges of these, huh? Look at me, I forgot. Anyway, so I had never flown to the Atlanta airport before. It was quite the adventure. Of course, this wasn't long after COVID, and this has been since 9/11. You know, it was the last time I flew before this. Things were a lot different flying. You know what I'm saying? It was before COVID. So we can get to the airport, and Shannon can only go so far with me, and then he has to leave, you know. And I'm by myself in that New Orleans airport, and y'all, it's not too bad. Well, I got off the plane in Atlanta, and that place is no joke. I was supposed to be meeting somebody I had never even laid eyes on before, a lady holding a sign that says Supriya. That's all I knew. And they told me she would be in front of, I don't know if it was Applebee's or Ruby Tuesday, one of those kind of restaurants, you know, like a Bennigan's kind of restaurant. So I asked somebody where that is, and I go there, and I'm standing there with my little suitcase and everything, and I'm nervous because there are all these people around me speaking all these different languages, and it's like, ooh, this is big time here. And people are rushing and going, and there's security dogs sniffing bags and sniffing people and everything, and just all this going on around me, the hustle and bustle and the noise. Oh my God, it was so loud in there and so bright, y'all. It's like, I never thought about it before, but I guess they don't turn the lights off at night because people are still there catching flights and coming in from flights and stuff. I just never thought about it before. But it was so bright and so loud. And I'm a little bit, I get overstimulated easily by things like that, light and sound. But volume is a real problem for me. I don't know. I don't think I have sensitive ears. I think that it does something inside of my brain when things are too loud. But anyway, so I would get a call on my phone, and the lady would say, Susan, where are you? Well, I'm standing here waiting where I'm supposed to be, and I don't see anybody. She said, you don't see, I can't remember the lady's name, you don't see her with her sign? I was like, no. Well, do you see the other ladies? No, I'm standing here right by myself looking for her, and I don't see anybody with a sign like that. I don't see any other people that look like they're waiting for somebody with a sign like that. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Y'all, that airport was like 3 stories high, and there was that restaurant was on 2 different floors. I didn't know that. So then I had to go down this escalator and walk. Thank God I had everything. I carried a backpack and a carry-on bag on my shoulder, so I wouldn't have to check luggage. Thank God that's all I had. I didn't have anything rolling. I didn't have to go to baggage claim or anything like that. But I had to get on this underground train. I didn't know it existed before. I didn't know. They have one in the air too. If I would have known that, I would have, I would have got on that airplane train. Not airplane train, that air train, sky train. I think they call it a sky train. I don't get out much, y'all, if you can't tell. So I had to get on the underground train, and I'm trying to stay close to a door so that I can get out when it's my time to get out at the gate where I'm supposed to get out at. And I got out, and I ran over to the restaurant, and there they were. It was like the driver that they sent from the retreat, and I think 4 other ladies. It might have just been 3 other ladies that day, and then the other ones, some of them drove. But one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. The idea that I could sit in a room with a group of people who all understood what I was saying about my trauma and could relate to it. Even all the counselors are survivors. And that's what I decided. I'm not a victim. I was a victim. I became a survivor when I started telling my story. And that's a lot to talk about, isn't it, when I'm supposed to be painting Christmas ornaments. But anyway, it's just something that survivors need support. And if you've never been through it, just like if you've been through something that somebody else has not, they cannot truly relate to what you go through, to what it does to you, the long-lasting effects and everything. So how did we even get on this subject? I don't even know how I got here. I was going to paint the backs of these, but I'm not, because I think I can put them on the wreath and wire them on the wreath and the thing where they stay. I like the way the blue looks. It looks really good. I'll do some gold stripes or gold polka dots or something like that, a gold diamond pattern or something on them. And then I'll do some blue on the gold ones after I put the metallic gold on. I've got to do that. I've got to go outside and get the sign and bring it in and repaint over those ornaments. And I probably won't do that on video just because the sign is too big to go up here on my desk, and my light is attached, the tripod is attached to my desk, and it doesn't really swivel. It kind of goes up and down but it doesn't go around. And I don't know if I can turn it enough to get the light down on the floor for me to paint the floor. So I'm probably not going to do that on camera, but I'll show y'all the finished product. And I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough of these. I was going to say, maybe I could put all of our kids' and grandkids' names on ornaments and hang out there. Well, I don't have enough of those. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 we would have to have, not including us. I got 8. That's not enough. That's not enough. So we're not going to do that this year. I'm going to keep working on these. I think the blue and gold, because even this without the metallic, these colors look good together. I could do maybe a little bit of white and gold on them. No white. I think I'll just use white ribbon to do a big bow and tuck in the wreath and then tuck in the garland some. And I think that'll be really pretty. I was going to look for gold ribbon, but it's so hard. Y'all, don't listen to me. My painting sewing self knows how many different kinds of gold there are. And I'm afraid I wouldn't be able to match it exactly, and I will be disappointed in what I bought. So I'm going to just get white, because I think white will be really pretty with the blue and the gold. Anyway, I guess tell me what you think. I'll be back later to show y'all how things are shaping up after I get the sign done and get the metallic gold on the ornaments. I think this is going to be really pretty, though. I like even just this color without the metallic. That's a pretty color. It's a pretty suede-y looking color. And maybe it's because it looks like that, well, not quite like the color of the year for 2025, the Mocha Mousse. It's not quite as mocha as that. But It's a pretty suede looking color. I like it. And then I get that metallic over the top, and it's gonna pop, and it's gonna be pretty, and I cannot wait to show y'all the finished product. Hopefully tomorrow. It might be the next day. It just depends on what time everybody gets home from work and when I can get the white ribbon. Anyway, I'm gonna go for now, and I think my next video might be a planner video or just a junk journal video. I don't know what it's gonna be, but you know it'll be here, and it'll probably be funny because for some reason people think things I say and do are funny. I don't know. One day I decided though, I was commenting on somebody else's video, somebody in the Phenomenal team group, and mentioned something that I learned while I was working in prison, and they were like, prison, what? One day I'm gonna do a live about working in a men's prison. Not just working in a men's prison. I wasn't like a secretary. I was an officer. I was a guard in a men's prison for convicted felons in Louisiana. If you know anything about statistics, you know we got a lot of convicted felons in Louisiana. I'm not going to get into that. I believe our judicial system needs a whole revamp. Not all of those men who were locked up there belonged there. I can say that without a doubt because I saw their jackets. I knew their records. I knew their charges. I knew their sentences, and learned a lot about situations, and all of those men did not belong locked up in that prison. So don't think I'm going to be one that's like, oh, they all need to be locked up, blah, blah, blah. It's not like that. But I'm also not, I don't lean in the other direction that, oh, it's a free country. People should be able to just do what they want to do, because you can't do that. You've got to have laws. You've got to have guidelines, you know, for the safety and security of everyone, you know, not just yourself, but yourself, your family, your neighbors, and your community. So one day I'm going to do a live about that. Y'all think about the questions you want to ask me, because I'm going to make sure I'm set up to do a real good question and answer kind of session. I'm going to have to write down some notes though, because I can't slip up and use anybody's real name. That would not be fair to them. The only one whose real name I will use, well, it's not his real name anyway, but if I call him Boosie, you know who I'm talking about. I will talk about Boosie a little bit because he was there, but he don't care. He talks about it too, so I can talk about Boosie. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. It's after lunchtime. Go get you another cup of coffee to get through the rest of the day. Get you a big glass of water or something. I think I'm going to fix me a Dr. Pepper with a little bit of cream in it to make it like a treat. And wait for the paint to dry. That's all I can do. Just sit and wait.